For me, this is really a dream come true. This orientation program, and it's like the launch program of the state chapter also. Many of you know my background has been working with young people, working with entrepreneurs, and after coming and joining the government, fortunately, I've also been given the in charge of industries, commerce, MSME, textiles, and food processing. So I'm still continuing this, but the challenge is so big that I'm trying to see how I can also give my best to help our state and our people. I really want to thank the national chairperson, Pradeep ji, for the passionate speech, first of all, which has come from his heart. As some of us who have heard little bit, understood little bit, it has really come out from the heart, and his genuine concern and commitment for our people. He's already committed a few things, and I'm sure that he, along with the chairman and other members, have also discussed in detail what is the action plan for the state in the coming days and coming year. For us, the department, like I mentioned, is also part of we are taking care of the MSME, the Ministry of MSME, which we are in charge to take care of that. And we're also struggling with a lot of things, because the important thing is, as a government, there are policies, there are programs, there are many things that needs to be done. But at the end of everything, the people also will have to stretch out their hands and hold the hands of the government, because it is a collective effort. Many a times, and thanks that he doesn't, many a times there's a lot of blame game that happens, and I think this is the right platform where we come and join hands and see how we can address this issue. Industrial development in Nagaland, while still in its early stages, has indeed shown promising growth. Reflecting on the data, we see that the sectoral growth rate of the secondary sector has surged from 2.83% in 2012-13 to an impressive 12.8% in 22-23. This remarkable progress highlights our potential for further development. However, it is crucial to acknowledge that this journey has not been without its challenges. Over the years, we have experienced fluctuation in growth rates, including negative growth during certain financial year, notably in 2013, 14, 18, 19, 19 and 20, and a significant downturn of -9.46 in 2021 due to COVID pandemic. These variations are largely attributed to a relatively weak industrial base and the unpredictable impact of climate conditions on output. Despite these setbacks, the contribution of the secondary sector to the state's gross state domestic product, GSDP, remains modest but promising. In 22-23, it accounted for 10.10% of the GSDP, with projection indicating an increase to 11.61% in 23-24. These figures, while modest, underscores the untapped potential within our secondary sector. They signal a capacity for future growth, which, if effectively catalyzed, could significantly enhance our state's economic landscape. And this is where we are today. If this group of people, many of you, probably some of you are entrepreneurs also, but the others are the newly elected, newly appointed leaders to be heading your respective districts. The biggest challenge that Nagaland has is our young people, entrepreneurs, are in the informal sector. We have not formalized that, and because of that challenge also, we have not been able to understand where the intervention needs to be made and how do we plan for the future. Now, with this big responsibility and a very challenging responsibility, it's not just a political appointment, which I believe thorough study has been done to elect you to represent your district. You have no other obligation for any political reasons. Your job is to make sure that you are completing the assignment that's given to you. Today, the government, Ministry of MSME, Government of India, has a very, very interesting and a very important program called Raising and Accelerating MSME Productivity, RAMP, that will be launched by the Honorable Chief Minister tomorrow. It has a series of different programs for the next 3 years. So I think this is so timely that MSME PCI is starting its chapter here, and the government's program, so that we can align and see how we can also support you. Government also needs support, because government is, at the end of everything is the people's program. So we need leaders like you in different districts to make sure that we are working hand in hand to make all these programs successful. A little bit about I want to mention a little bit about the RAM program. It has several key objectives. One is enhancing the firm's capabilities. 2, facilitating access to finances. 3, boosting competitiveness. 4, catalyzing the greening of MSMEs. Next, improving market access. Then strengthening institutions and governance, and improving skilling. So these are the various areas that we're going to be touching, which again, eventually will be working with you. So like I mentioned, Nagaland is predominantly retail and trade. All this while is mostly retail and trade. But there's a shift, there's a slow shift towards manufacturing and a little bit of industrialization also. And I'll tell you the numbers. Today we have 25,868 micro enterprises, 233 small enterprises, and 18 medium enterprises that has been registered under the department. So we can see, and we know that it's growing. We know that our next door neighbor, or our children, or our siblings, our cousins, they all have their own self-employment and small businesses, doing small businesses, but those are not actually accounted for. And many a times when we see our young people, of course things are changing a little bit, but when we talk to some young people, when we ask them, what are you doing? It's such a shame. They feel very embarrassed to say they're doing business. And it's more safer for them to say, Ami kunakure. That is the attitude of our people towards business. But things are changing a little bit, and that's a positive sign. It is very important that these businesses are formalized and incorporated in mainstream economy, so they can also avail various schemes and grants available to them. And it's our responsibility to help our young people and our entrepreneurs get into that formal sector. Also, let me just mention few points again on the RAM program that I'm working on. These are the several transformative outcomes that we're anticipating. Once we get into this, we are anticipating 1, formalizing MSMEs in the state. Number 2, promoting made in Nagaland products. Number 3, facilitating interaction between entrepreneurs and technical experts. 4, enhancing competitiveness, again through green initiatives. Number 5, facilitating credit linkages and interest subvention support. And 6, access to market through various programs and workshops. So hopefully by embracing the RAM program, which will be launched tomorrow, and all these objectives, we can catalyze a transformation that will benefit not just the individual businesses, but the entire population of Nagaland. While the path to growth and development for MSMEs remains challenging, I'm confident that with the collective effort of the government, industry, stakeholders, entrepreneurs, and now the MSME PCI leaders and different chapters, we will overcome these hurdles and seize the opportunities before us. I want to extend our We want to open our doors. The Department of Industries and Commerce, our doors will always be open. Our officers will always be there. If any one of you need any type of support, please feel free to reach out to us. When the two parties work together, it's a win-win for both of us. But if we start avoiding each other, then both of us lose out and the state lose out in general. So with this, I thank the chairman of the national PCI and the chairman of our state PCI and everyone for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts. And I really look forward to working with all of you, and I'm excited. At least we keep a target of the next 3 years. Please make sure we're very weak in data. We're very weak in data. So I'm hoping that even through this chapter, in collaboration with the government, we will be able to work on the data, because unless we have the data, doing an intervention is very, very difficult. Just by thinking that maybe these people will like this, maybe these people will like this, it's just our thinking that that's what they want. But the public, they want something else. So it's important for, I'm assuming that you'll be not only doing a lot of training and putting up industries and businesses, but also will be assisting the government in policy making. So I'm really looking forward to this relationship, and I wish all of you the very best. Thank you all.